Sure. Hi, I'm Lars. Eggert. I chair the IRTF, which is the Internet Research Task Force. Normally, nobody looks at me when I stand up here. This is pretty weird. You can all look at your laptops again. Makes me feel way more comfortable. The slides are on the laptops. The slides are on the laptops. Okay. Third from the bottom. This one. Haha. Why is it called Sessa? I don't know. Slideshow. Pause. Right, now I actually know what I want to talk about. Right, so we had a bunch of IRTF meetings this week. We have 11 research groups chartered at the moment. 10 of them met, so that's a lot. Want to just point out there's a new one that's still to meet, the Measurement and Analysis for Protocols research group. I have an extra slide on them. They got chartered after the last meeting. You can think of those, if you've been around for a long time, as the restart of the Internet Measurement Research Group, IMRG. The focus is slightly different. They want to focus more on using internet measurements to provide information for protocol engineering, but by and large, it's the same thing. I'm very happy that we have a measurement-based group again. On the Applied Networking Research Prize side, we give a lot of prizes to measurement papers, and it sort of seemed weird that we didn't have a group to discuss this stuff in more regularly. So highly recommended. They have interesting talks. Some other news, the Human Rights Protocol Considerations Research Group met already. They have their first draft going through last call. There was a lot of discussion about this already. There was a lot of press about it because apparently IAB chairs quoted philosophers, and that makes the news, at least in some countries in Europe. But they would like to see broader review because sort of the document, although it's not a consensus document of the IETF, talks about the work we do and what implications this has on society. And the more eyes they get on a document, the stronger the content will be, and hopefully the more universally accepted the content will be. I think it's going to be a long research group call. It's going to be for 4 weeks or so, but you can send your reviews right now if you want. Gaia is the Global Access to the Internet for All research group. They're planning an academic workshop in Cambridge in the UK on local networking. It's in January. If you want to go there, contact the chairs. There's a website there. Gaia has really interesting meetings usually. Oftentimes they're not at the IETF meeting, but sometimes they are. This one will be good. The Applied Networking Research Workshop, we have 2 things now that start with Applied Networking Research. In hindsight, that was maybe not the greatest naming choice. This is the workshop. We had it for the first time in Prague last year. It's an academic peer-reviewed workshop, co-sponsored by ACM SIGCOMM. We're going to have it again in Prague in the summer. We have 2 TPC chairs that overlap the IETF and academic community. Proceedings are open access. The call for papers should be out shortly. If you are an academic, consider sending some applied work there. If you are an IETFer that arrives on Saturday or earlier and wants to do something fun, I can highly recommend this. We had really good talks in Berlin, and I'm sure we're going to have great talks in Prague. It's an so if your corporation would like to support this, come talk to us. We're happy to take money, like pretty much every other body around the IETF. The other thing is the Applied Networking Research Prize. We're doing this together with ISOC. We've been doing this like for 5 years now, so you should all know about this. We had the last 2 presentations for 2016 already at the IRTF Open meeting. If you missed it, I think at least one of them is going to talk again, thinking about it more. I think it happened at Routing Working Group, which already was also happening, so you missed those, but there's proceedings that you can look the video of. They're usually my favorite part. The 2017 selection is just starting. We had about 40 nominations, so not quite as many as in 2016, but on average, I would say the quality is at least as good. So I'm expecting that we again have a very good selection for 2017. At the moment, this is supported by Comcast alone. Again, if you would like to give money to this, we use that money to bring the prize winners back for further meetings. If what they have presented is getting traction somewhere in the IETF, talk to Matt Ford from ISOC. He'll be happy to hear it. These are the 2 talks we had. One is a routing paper on fibbing. The routing people probably heard about this. authors there, especially so the senior people are quite well known. Jen Rexford in routing space, I probably don't have to talk about her. The other paper is a multi-path TCP paper. Both of those are Olivier Bonaventure students, which is pretty impressive for a professor to have, you know, 2 prize winners on very different topics that came out of his team. I'm stepping down in March. The IAB has selected Alison to succeed me. There's her CV, but many of you probably know her. She's been an AD and been around the IRTF for a very long time. I think that's an excellent decision. I'm very, very happy. Not only because I'm done, but also because the IAB picked her. Probably more than that. So in Chicago, you'll be up here and I'll be down there. That'll be fun. And I think that's my last slide. Thank you.